Hello everybody, I am the Worm and welcome back to Danganronpa v3. We've just reached the ending of this trial, and I'm gonna wait until we see it all play out before I give thoughts on everything. And unfortunately, that means we're gonna have to see... well, we're gonna have to see the verdict. So, let's go ahead and prepare ourselves for that, to see what happens.
Sorry. Going to not really understand, 'cause going to not smart boy. But if everyone agree, then everyone probably right. Going to trust everyone.
Gonta.
But why? Going to kill Mew, forget everything. Going to even think he not do anything bad. And then going to try to blame someone else and make everyone suffer. Why? Why go to do such terrible thing?
Gonta, it's not your fault.
It's Kokichi's fault. He must have tricked Gonta.
Huh? I totally didn't trick him. Before we go into that, it's voting time. We should finish up the class trial first.
But is this the right answer? We're not being fooled by Kokichi?
For once, I wish that we were.
Huh? Wrapping things up already? What a buzzkill of an ending! It lacks the rush of previous voting times. Well, after so many killing games, I guess it was bound to happen eventually.
It's just as well. This killing game is a bad influence on the baby.
Oh my, Monotaro. You're even starting to look like a father.
Yeah! I gotta get my act together for the baby.
Now then, pull yourselves together and let's begin!
It is a little funny that Monokuma... he's been willing to sort of mess with the Mono kids this whole time, until this bit in particular, where he's just not engaging at all.
The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off! It's voting time!
Okay. Yeah, this is tough. I'm waiting to see... well, Kokichi's gonna have to give the explanation, I think. Okay.
It seems the voting has finished. Now then, let's see the result.
I think I can guess who voted for Kokichi there.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I guess we'll find out. Okay. There we go. No, I didn't have to retry at all, which is... is that a first for this game? Maybe I didn't have to retry on the first trial. I don't know. Now I'm not sure, thinking about it. But Well, I will say, just talking about the difficulty, it was this certainly was the felt like the simplest trial, and that was obviously on purpose, considering that Kokichi was guiding us the entire time, and we even got to the point where Kokichi straight up told us the answer, and that is interesting, but I want to save that for my bigger discussion on the trial as a whole. So it's, you know, I'm glad I was a straight A student here, but I think a lot of people probably did similarly to that. I mean, what did you all think? Was this a fairly straightforward trial for you as well, or not? Because I mean, maybe it's the case if I was able to, like, I recall on the previous trial with Kyo, if I had been able to put two and two together when Kokichi, when he investigated the other room, you know, we had the three rooms, and Kyo was doing the seance in the center room. Kokichi went to investigate the room next door, and he found out that that room had also been tampered with. I feel like from there, that was like a really solid moment where you could really put it all together. And if you did, then it could be a case where it was similar to this, where okay, I sort of got the secret behind the virtual world pretty quickly before the trial even started, and so then at that point it's not much of a mystery. But so yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends if whether or not it clicks with the virtual world and everything. But certainly, at least for me, this was the easiest trial so far. But I think that was purposeful. I think it was meant to be that way. Yeah, let's just continue on.
Absolutely right!
Okay, there it is.
Let me hear your joyful voices! Let me hear your joyful voices!
Damn.
Wah!
Yay!
And another thing. Here. Oh.
What was that?
Hey!
Oh, I see.
Huh?
Please stop!
All right.
Huh?
Because
Say what now?
But
Gonta's memories didn't transfer over, so they're still in the virtual world as data. I can combine Gonta's consciousness from his last login with that leftover memory data. Ta-da! Alter Ego Gonta is now complete.
Wow. Okay.
Alter ego?
Yeah. It's a thing, Maki.
Basically, it's a separate Gonta that only exists in virtual space. If we listen to what he says, we should be able to find out what happened in that world.
Huh? What this? What happening? Huh? Huh?
What's that mean?
Hey, Now then,
Please. Why? Huh?
Oh, man.
Oh. Gonta.
So, convinced that by killing Mew, they would save everyone somehow.
Huh?
Gonta don't know. Wrong.
That's...
Gonta.
Yeah, we do know in the run-up to... before we had gotten into the virtual world, in some of the episodes, in the beginning of this chapter, there were a few moments with Gonta where he was really struggling with this. So I'm not surprised that this thought process could develop into a motive.
Yeah.
But... Gonta.
Okay, not sure I'm following Alter Ego Gonta.
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. I knew it would have to come back into the story at some point.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh my. It's just a door to the outside? Could you just leave if you wanted to?
What? What?
Or is it just a way to see the outside?
Please wait.
Hey.
Huh?
In other words,
Okay. Yeah, so just to see the outside world.
yeah.
Okay, so he did actually put it in there.
Huh?
What?
You know.
Huh?
Wait,
That's an interesting point. So it is within our memories, and it's something we could just go to this door with the key card and see. So it's both.
Incomprehensible.
Oh? You get it?
hey!
To tell you the truth, too bad.
Always messing around.
Yep.
Could it be?
Maybe.
Gonta. How'd this happen?
Rats.
Ah. Well, that's It's very unpleasant. The world outside is that bad, huh? It is that bad that it makes you want to do that, huh?
What did you say?
No way!
Wrong.
Huh?
Huh?
How'd this happen? But...
Yeah. You get it?
Hold on!
Hey,
I mean, what? So, meteor shower thing... What, are we the only ones left? Is everyone else gone? Something like that? Or what?
right?
Please.
Sorry!
Why?
That's, interesting. That's quite some... That alter ego would have the presence of mind to... 'cause, you know, remember... This is going back to Danganronpa... Is the anime just Danganronpa 3? I can't remember. Danganronpa 3, or the anime. 'Cause I think there's also an anime series that was of Danganronpa 1. But I'm talking about... It was the one that sort of wrapped up Danganronpa 1 and 2. I'm sure if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. In that anime, spoilers for that anime, of course. You know, if you're watching this, and I think I said this at the beginning of the Let's Play, I'm assuming that Danganronpa 1, 2, and then the anime are kind of all on the table to talk about. So that's what I'm going to be saying. We saw specifically, and it may have been mentioned in the previous games, but it specifically in the anime, it was shown how despair, at least, what's her dang name? Or, you know, the original Ultimate Despair. Junko. It was shown in the show that her specific brand of despair, she kind of engineered it with the video making guy. I can't remember his title or name. And so it became like a kind of infection that can spread to other people and you know, actually affect their minds kind of artificially. And I'm not saying that's what's happening here exactly, but what Gonta Alter Ego here is saying is sort of reminding me of that he has the presence of mind to say, no, I can't tell you, or else, well, it's as he says, everyone will despair. Or you'll end up like him, which is, I find interesting. And, you know, somewhat noble on his part. So, a sort of, he wants to... Well, I guess it's a kind of ignorance is bliss sort of thing. Oh man, but we already sort of dealt with this situation in Danganronpa 1, right? Because that was kind of part of the issue at the very end of DR1, where our crew was told over and over, you know, it's hell outside. With I can never get this right. The event, the greatest, most awful, horrible, most destructive thing of human history, or whatever it was. And Monokuma / Junko always tried to beat us down with that knowledge at the end. And our crew decided, you know what, no. No matter what you say, we are going to escape here and deal with whatever we find on the outside. But of course, in this instance, I'm getting the feeling that it might be even worse than or the state of the world might be worse than what it was in DR1. Considering the sort of apocalyptic signs we've been getting, it might even be, well, what I said earlier, which is, it'd be quite something if we were the only ones left. That would be, that'd be a real kick in the teeth, I think. So, I mean, I'm hoping that's not what's happened here, but I could see that, you know, convincing him in some sense.
Huh? But...
It can't be!
By the way,
Huh?
Gonta.
Aha, see? I told you. Didn't seem that good of a plan, really.
but...
Stop it! Well...
Sorry.
Interesting that Kokichi has yet to volunteer that information.
Always messing around. How can this be? Sorry.
Gonta, idiot.
Huh?
Yeah.
Don't screw around.
Please stop.
Sorry, everyone.
I know that!
I suppose.
So am I!
That's enough! Please stop!
Hey, hey!
Huh?
And another thing. Wah-ah!
So am I!
Huh?
I know that!
But...
Okay.
Oh, I didn't even consider that. Uh-oh.
Ah. Eek. Yeah? Eek. prepared a very special punishment.
Gonta!
No.
How can this be?
It's punishment time!
Sorry, everyone.
Gonta, idiot!
Wow. Certainly one of the more graphic executions in some senses. Okay.
Thrilling! Dang it!
Why?
Unbelievable.
But how?
Got a minute?
Okay.
Damn it.
Got a minute?
What was that?
You?
Huh?
I don't want to, stupid head.
Kokichi.
Oh man, did you fall for all that fake crying?
I mean, personally, not really.
You're so dumb! I would never cry for Gonta!
What?
Because...
What? Hey!
Well, you know.
Huh?
Which means... you really don't get it.
Hey!
Who cares about that idiot? I want to enjoy this game filled with suspicion and betrayal from the bottom of my heart. I am the supreme leader of evil, so it's obvious my personality would be twisted. The more you suffer, the more I enjoy it. There are people in this world who spread grief and misery for no reason than the thrill of it. And I'm one of those people. Nothing pleases me more than inflicting pain on others!
You?
Then,
You're so dumb.
you bastard. Do you want to die?
Don't screw around!
Oops, sorry. I tried to dodge you, but I punched you instead.
Kaito!
You?
By the way, Kaito, is it just me? Or are you way slower? Maybe, just maybe, Kaito is hiding something from us too.
Kaito! Got a minute? You bastard.
Let's have more fun. Monkey.
Right?
Are you alright?
Sorry.
Oh?
That's wrong.
Hmm?
No.
Oh, man.
Kaito! Huh?
Hey!
What? Okay?
What?
Kaito? Blood? Why? What's the matter, Kaito?
Come on. Don't freak out over this. It's nothing. My cold just got worse is all.
I didn't know that coughing up blood was a cold symptom.
You're a robot and you don't know that? I'm saying it's fine. Just chill. I just coughed too much, cut my throat or something. I don't know.
Kaito!
Shut up!
Huh?
I'm suddenly reminded of what would it be? I think it actually might have been the run-up to the previous trial, the one with Kyo. And there were all the times where Kaito was shut up in his room, and I really thought something bad was happening to him. And I thought, I remember chiding Shuichi, saying, clearly something's wrong with him. We need to, Shuichi, you should ask him what's wrong or try to be there for him or something. And at the time, I thought it was something relating to, we were talking about the resurrection, and I thought maybe there was something about that, and I thought also maybe he was sick or something, because he seemed weak. And then I remember being relieved to find out it was just, oh no, he's just afraid of ghosts and the supernatural. He's actually fine. All the while, it turns out that he was actually sick the whole time. It's one of those instances where you look back and think, I really wish I wish I wasn't right, or it sucks to it feels really bad to have been proven right from before. Ugh.
Well,
Hmm.
Over and over, we keep we seem to keep referring back to Shuichi's backstory, where it seems like him revealing the truth just causes more grief.
Damn it!
It's almost time. Yeah, it's almost time. This should be enough. I'll end it. Now is the time. I'll end this killing game.
Ah. Well then. Live and let the languid world live. Okay, let's go ahead and save real quick.
My adorable mono cubs.
Okay, let's hold that thought, Monokuma. We're gonna... You know what? Hang on, let me actually go back to the menu real quick. Let's... This isn't the right mood. Okay. Let's relax a bit. Let's unpack that and, think about everything we just saw. Well, as I mentioned previously, definitely felt like the simplest trial thus far, and of course that was entirely the point. We were, for the whole time, being pulled along by Kokichi. And so it is no surprise that everything ended up being simple. And I think at one point during the trial, I did mention that, well, the trial felt kind of meh at times, just because, you know, I was able to see where we were going, and so, as I've said several times now, a lot less tension, but it did lead to an interesting thing, which was, it was what I can't remember if it was last episode or the episode before. It was whenever Kokichi revealed that Gonta was the killer. That led to an interesting interaction where, and what I said at the time was, I don't think they've ever done that in a Danganronpa trial before, where we have someone actually reveal the killer and actually have that. And sometimes they make it a bit obvious. Like in the first trial we did in this game, Kaede is really hinting that it's her. So that was that. You know, we've had stuff where they really hint at it, but to just have someone flat out say who it is, I don't think they've done anything that direct before. And then it led to an interesting interaction, and I'm sure it's all intentional. I don't even need to say I'm sure. It is intentional. It's and we saw that with Kaito and the rest, where you know, we don't want to believe him. We all hate Kokichi. I'm in that group. I am in the We Hate Kokichi club. So of course you don't want to believe him, and so you enter into a kind of strange situation where we have the answer, and yet we don't want to. We try to disprove it, or we try to think of other ways, or just. And so in that sense, that was certainly something new. It was a bit of a subversion of how these trials normally go. But I think, I don't know. The thing is, a lot of this sort of relies on Kokichi. And I don't like Kokichi, but I wouldn't say I've gone... my dislike has gone far enough in where I can call it rage or something like that. You know, I can imagine you could get to a point where you dislike him so much that you are right there with Kaito. You have this extreme righteous anger over everything that's being done. And it's true, I don't like Kokichi. But I'd say at this point, it's more kind of like annoyance than a kind of righteous anger. You know, I just keep thinking back to, and I've stated this, it might have been early in this chapter. I keep thinking back to Nagito from DR2. And this trial made me think about it again. What would a trial even look like with Kokichi and Nagito both in the same trial? And the thing is, what I come to think is, well, one, it would be crazy, but two, I can't help but think Nagito would run circles around Kokichi. That's kind of the sense I get. Now, maybe I'm wrong. But as so aptly noted by Shuichi here, he's kind of one note, Kokichi is. He's just pure malice. That was the word he used. And so it's just kind of, I don't know what to think. Clearly, now see, I was definitely sure going into this that this wasn't going to be the last trial, but it definitely looks like we're starting to head in that direction. I'm not sure if this is going to be the last chapter, or maybe not last chapter, but last trial going up. But clearly, we're reaching some point here where Kokichi thinks, okay, now's the time to strike. And I don't know. I just don't. As a kind of main antagonist, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Of course, the whole Gonta thing really sucked. He was one of my boys. You know, we hung out with him and Kaito. And as we saw, it does, whether or not he made the right decisions for that, his focus was always on trying to protect everyone else. And so to see him so manipulated and then having made such a terrible decision, it just, it's really, I said it before, it really sucks. And especially how he's been taken for a ride by Kokichi several times before now. I don't know, it felt like, I recall when we went in the virtual world for the first time, and Gonta went with him again, I was just thinking, okay, I can see where, something, he's gonna do something with Gonta again, and, yeah. Oh, man. And then, of course, looking ahead, it looks like we're going to be losing Kaito relatively soon. So that double sucks. It's kind of funny how the big muscly characters are always, at least in these games, always seem so big on self-sacrifice. Both in DR1. The guy in DR2, what was his name? Ultimate Team Manager. That was it. Can't remember his name. He was maybe not exactly as self-sacrificial as what's her name? Was it Makoto? No. That was our character. Sakura. I think it was Sakura. I can find this out. I've repeatedly... Sakura Ogami. I don't think I need to look it up, but I'm gonna look it up just because I want to. Yes, that was her name, Sakura Ogami. What was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. Oh well, just point of being, the big muscly characters in these games always seem to be pretty good guys and gals. Oh man. So, something about the outside world sucks. If I just had to guess, it's gonna be as I stated previously, maybe everyone is just dead, and we're all that's left of humanity. That would certainly be despair-inducing. Yeah. In which case, you gotta wonder about this particular incarnation of Monokuma. I mean, I get it. Monokuma just exists. It's as a despair for despair's sake. So, you know, it's not like Monokuma needs an excuse. But, you know, previously, it was to spread despair further and further to as many people as possible. And if there's only just a few people left, well, if that's all that's left of humanity, then I guess it makes perfect sense that Monokuma would want to spread despair to them too. Oh, man. We still need to figure out Rantaro. I need to go back and remind myself that we had that... Was it at the beginning of this chapter where... there was a few... It's been a little while, but there were a few lines from Rantaro. It was a video he sent himself, right? I need to remind myself about that. And of course we had that reveal at the very end here where it said, this world is Kokichi's, something like that. So was it him adding to that message a little bit at a time? And I mean, that sounds awfully like... It sounds like the message seems to be implying that Kokichi might be the quote-unquote mastermind. Of course, this is going back to Kaide's suspicion in the first chapter, where she was saying how there's one among us is the so-called mastermind. And if Kokichi... If this world is Kokichi's, then that certainly sounds like he is. But that would seem... Part of me is not sure, because that seems way too obvious. I mean... Every one of us saw that he colluded with Monokuma this time around. Would they do that? Would the person in charge of Monokuma just sort of openly do stuff like that? I don't know what to think, actually. I'm confused. Yeah, it really feels like we're on the ropes at this point. Kaito looks like he's about to be down for the count. Our team is shaken by the loss of Gonta, and Shuichi's gonna start having self-doubt again about what it really means to be a detective and to want to pursue the truth for the truth's sake. Yeah. I am really curious how this is all going to end, but it's not looking good. It doesn't look like, at least in DR1 and DR2, there were some bittersweet moments, but all things considered, they usually end on a pretty hopeful note, as is appropriate for the theme of hope versus despair. Especially DR2. I mean, DR2 was pretty dang hopeful, considering it all turned out to be a simulation and everyone survived. Not even technically. We saw them in the show. So, I mean, yeah. Not sure about this one, though. And that's interesting, because I think, isn't this the last, or at least the most recent game? I'm pretty sure there hasn't been another Danganronpa game after this, so this might just be, if this is the finale of everything, how would the makers of Danganronpa want their finale to be? Would they leave it off on just an incredibly downer ending, or would there be some hope left? I mean, if we're going by previous ones, then there should be some hope left over. A sort of, the Pandora's box sort of thing. Tons of horrible stuff, but in the end, there's still some hope left over, right? I don't know. I should stop this. I'm kind of just rambling now at this point. Okay, all in all, trial was okay. Some interesting subversions of the normal trial, which was interesting, but the process of going through it myself, kind of just meh, I suppose. Really sad about Gonta. Execution was awful to watch. Interesting that the mono kids are now just out of the picture. I'm not entirely sure what the point of them was, all things considered. Maybe that will become clearer as time goes on, or maybe by the time the game's over, but yeah, they're just kind of wacky side antagonists. I don't know. Maybe they thought Monokuma as a character, as the bear character, was getting kind of stale, so they wanted to liven it up somehow. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. Oh, and Kokichi still sucks. That's where we're at. All right. I've been the Worm. Hope you're all doing all right. This has been Danganronpa V3, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.